You've all heard the cliche, one man can change the world. Well, today I intend to prove it, with your help. Imagine, two people walk into a restaurant, they're in love, they're on a date. Imagine, they have a beautiful dinner, 3-course meal, it's a fantastic night. When they get up to leave, they go to the counter and the person at the counter says, well actually, madam and sir, your meal has already been paid for by a stranger. I want to tell you a story, how one man changed my life by a single random act of kindness. I was riding home on the bus one day when, in a chance encounter, I met a man called Scott Loveday. I didn't know this at the time, but within 10 minutes of meeting him, he said, hey, why don't I shout you to Sizzler? So he took me to Sizzler, and we spent 2 hours where he actually spent 80 bucks on me, for no real reason, apart from he was doing a random act of kindness for a stranger. I was so touched by the encounter, I went home and I made a video about it and put it on YouTube. It's called An Encounter with a Stranger, you can look it up. A couple of weeks later I was walking home from work, going towards my bus through the Brisbane city streets, and I saw an old lady that was hobbling. And then she'd look around, look confused, and she'd turn. And I just walked past, but I saw her out of the corner of my eye, and then something tugged at my heart. I said, God, if you want me to talk to this lady, make her come up and talk to me. And so I just stood there and I watched her for a bit, leaning up against the wall. And she came up and I thought, oh, that'll do. So I went up and talked to her and said, hey, can I help you with something? And is there anything that you really need right now? And she goes, I'm trying to find my bus. Trying to find my bus. Can't find bus. And I'm like, what? Sorry, what? Trying to find my bus. I said, oh, so you're trying to find your bus? Okay, well, I'm actually going to the bus as well. Would you like to come with me? And she said, okay. I took her up to a newsagent and said, have you got a ticket? Have you got a ticket? She didn't have a ticket yet, so I bought her a ticket and I had to get directions to find out where her particular bus station was, because it was all like, there's plenty of bus stations all around the city. I got the bus ticket and I wrote on the back of it, I'm trying to get on bus 303, can you please help me get there? I gave her the ticket and I said, okay, you're really hard to understand, but you've got the directions now. If you just go down that way, if you get lost, you can always give this ticket to somebody and they'll be able to read it so you don't need to speak it, and they should be able to get you the rest of the way. And I went back to walking in my direction because it was the other way. Something pulled at my heart again. I thought, okay, it's not enough. So I followed her again, and then about 200 meters down the track, I finally caught up to her again. I said, look, something inside me is telling me I need to continue to help you. I've got to get you on this bus. Until I finally ran across the road. The bus had arrived and she was a bit slow, so I stood in front of the bus and said, hey, just hang on, we've got somebody coming, and the bussy waited. And we got her on the bus, and then I said, look, here's my number. I wrote it on the ticket again, here's my number. If you need any help, give me a call. And then I walked away that time, and this time I was listening going, yeah, okay, that was enough. I was inspired to do this. I knew it was because of what had happened to me on a bus when somebody shouted me Sizzler. And that's when the idea struck me. What if one man truly could change the world with a single random act of kindness? How far will Scott Loveday's random act of kindness spread? I gave her a ticket with my number on it. This is my idea. Wouldn't it be nice to be able to track how far a random act of kindness goes? So imagine. Two people walk into a restaurant, they have a beautiful romantic evening together, lots of love, 3-course meal. The person at the counter says, actually, your meal has been paid for by a random stranger. He asked me to give you this. And then on the card there are 2 statements. You've just had a random act of kindness. Please visit this website to find out why. Now, of course, the couple are touched, they're moved, and they're definitely curious. So they go to this website, and on the website, the first screen comes up, it says, please enter your serial number of your card. And in the corner of the card that they have, they type that in. And the first thing they see is a video just like this one that says, imagine, two people walk into a restaurant. They then are requested to tell the story of what happened to them, or even make a video about it. And their story goes into the website, into a tracking system that's tracked by the serial number. Once they've told their story, they are then part of the website and they are allowed to download as many JPEGs of the same card, and it's up to them to, instead of paying it back, they pay it forward. Now, everybody's seen the movie. They've all heard the stories. It's a perfect cliche. It's a fantastic concept, but until now nobody's actually been able to track what effect it takes. It all has to be fiction. This can be reality. Now that they have their own card that they carry in their own wallet, next time they see an opportunity to do a random act of kindness to a stranger, maybe paying for somebody else at the toll booth, maybe stopping to say hi to somebody that's looking a little upset, randomly buying a hamburger for somebody, whatever you see fit, they can then leave their own calling card. And what happens next is they wait. Days go by, weeks go by, months go by. The random act grows and grows and grows and grows. Years later, that same person that did one random act of kindness can then look down the tree of the tracking system on the website and they can see who did what for who. And one random act of kindness can spread into millions and millions of acts of kindness. And instead of surfing something like YouTube, you can actually surf your own random act of kindness effect. So, what would I call the website? Well, since this is tracking one man's random act of kindness, and that man was Scotty Loveday, I'd like to call it the Loveday Effect.com. Now here's the thing. I don't have the skill, talent, or the know-how to put something like that together. And since this project requires everybody in the whole world to help, I need you to help me make this happen. I can't build the website. I don't know how. I just want to give you the idea and hope that it happens. Are you that person that can do it? Can you build that website? I'm just an ideas man. I'm not a follow-through guy. Two things that you can do. If you're somebody that's talented enough that could make a website, something like that, that would be able to track a random act of kindness one to the next, create people's own web pages just like YouTube channels that would be able to say, this is what happened to me. You could, instead of having subscribers, you could even have people affected in the corner. That'd be cool. If you can do that, let me know. I'll even take this video down if you show me something that says this is actually happening and this is a real thing and it's going to go ahead. Or if you're not that person that can build a website, maybe you can help me out just by passing this video on to somebody that can. Can we really prove that one random act of kindness can change the world? That's the Loveday experiment. The rest is the Loveday effect. So let me know if you can help me. Come on, Lexi, give me 5. Yeah. Let me know.